Katie from the American School, and I worked as a teacher for 5 years in public schools, and then I am now currently an administrator at a preschool. And I often get questions, what is expected of my child for kindergarten to be ready, and is my child ready for kindergarten? And so I just wanted to talk about what is really expected for those children who are planning to enter kindergarten in the fall. What are real expectations that we should have on our children? There's often a forced push down of what teachers, what parents, what people think that kindergarteners should know. For those entering kindergarten. And kindergarten is a big step. It's a lot. It's huge in a child's life, and they have been preparing since they were born for entering school, this new learning journey. So what is real expectations for our kids to be ready to enter kindergarten? Ohio Department of Education created this list, so I'll show you how to find it. If you type in Ohio Early Learning Tips for Parents, it should be your first link. Then if you click into it, you will come to the Ohio Department of Education, and there are a lot of resources for parents and teachers to know about different levels of children. If you scroll down, there is a section for kindergarten readiness checklist that you can click on, and it'll take you to our expected, and I just made it into a print-friendly form, so I'm going to click into that, of what is expected for our children who are entering kindergarten. So the teacher should be looking at the child as a whole child, physically, socially, emotionally, and they look for these different things. Working with our classmates, keeping our hands to ourselves and taking turns, being able to play with each other and use classroom supplies appropriately, following directions of their teacher, and communicating needs effectively. They're able to take care of their personal needs, like using the restroom and tying their shoes. They're able to use tools and toys in the classroom, like holding a pencil, building, using scissors, and they have their own self-awareness, knowing their first and last name, being able to write their first name with a capital letter and lowercase letters where they should be, and knowing these letters and knowing their primary caregivers' names. So this is the list, and it's more focused on the social, emotional part of the child. Okay, you saw my plants, but there's nothing in that list about children needing to count from 1 to 100 perfectly, or that a child needs to be able to read a short book or sentence. There's nothing about that for them to be ready for entering kindergarten. So it's more about the social, emotional part of our child. And there's this forced push down because we know children develop at different speeds. So it's appropriate and age appropriate for children from 3 to 7 to start reading. So that's quite a gap from age 3 to 7. So you could see a child reading at age 3, and that's amazing and wonderful, and we should encourage that. But another child might not really grasp reading well until age 7. And that can be tricky for both parents and teachers when we see our friends' children growing at different speeds, or if you have other children of your own that caught on to reading a little bit quicker. So there's quite a gap of children and what is developmentally appropriate of their learning. And we know, working with children, that 1 week a child may not be able to do something, and a week later they can do something. So that checklist is more about the relational, working with their classmates, their emotions, being able to separate and work in the classroom. And we know that children grow at different speeds, so encouraging our child at their own speed, and just have patience with yourself and your child, because we want to keep learning fun for both the parent and the child. All right, thanks.